Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Insurance Hustle. My name is Sean Mathis, CEO and founder of the Agency Alliance and Agency Alliance Digital Media. So we are on the third part of a four-part series here, going through the Facebook Consumer Data Report that recently came out, and we have talked about a ton of different strategies and we've given you guys a lot of information. If you haven't heard the previous three parts of this series, go to the podcast. Check us out on blogtalkradio.com/insurance hustle, or check your email because they're probably sitting in there. But we are going through part 3, and we are going through the audience, how to understand your perfect customer. And this time we've talked about what prompts people to shop, but in this piece we're going to look at why people buy. So this is really, really important because those are two different scenarios, and we talked so much about the shopping events and what gets customers to the door. Now we're going to talk about what pulls them through the door and takes these prospects and turns them into clients. So let's look at what the report says here. People shop for auto insurance for many reasons, but the most common are their policy being up for renewal, buying a new car, hoping to find a better price. 73% of Facebook and ComScore study survey respondents reported insurance benefits as the top trigger to shop for insurance, including the following reasons. Policy renewal is at 40%, better price is 33%. So if you remember, we talked about the 66% of price consideration as being the highest reason for shopping, but only 33% end up pulling the trigger because of price. So that leaves us with 2/3 of people that are shopping for insurance are buying not because of price. And if any of you guys have ever tried to quote against or take a USAA customer, you can probably say that those customers don't care about saving money. Why? Because they've had a value-driven conversation. We've talked to you guys a lot about our 4-day sales process and our scripts and how to have those solid conversations. You have an opportunity here to get our 4-day sales process. If you click the link below, you can actually get access to all of the scripts in the 4-day sales process that we've been talking about. We're going to give you the text scripts, the email scripts, the phone scripts, and the 4-day sales cycle of exactly when to call, at what points in the process, what to say on the calls, how to leave the voice message, what emails and text to follow up with. That is proven to close 20 to 25% of that business on the first contact. So make sure that you click that link and check out the 4-day sales process and the insurance sales accelerator using the link here below. If you're not sure where to get that, just hit us up on Facebook at Agency Alliance Mastermind, email myself or Doug. But I just really wanted to point that out, is that at the end of the day, they've all come through the door. 2/3 come through the door because of price, but only 1/3 buys because of price. So 14% not being happy with their provider, only 12% wanting better coverage, and 11% wanting to bundle service. So I think the big area of opportunity is in this 23% of people that are wanting better coverage and to bundle service. I think this is a low percentage because, quite honestly, I don't think very many insurance agents are having good value-based conversations. They're not talking about what the coverages mean. They don't know. Consumers are still not being educated to the point that make that coverage and bundling services are a priority. I don't think it's because it's not important to them. I think it's because insurance agents, as a whole, aren't having the good conversations that they really need to be having. I've talked to several consumers, in their 30s, millennials, and even some young baby boomers who they have no idea what their insurance policy contains. They don't know what the limits are. They don't know what endorsements they have. Some people don't even know the provider that they have. So to say that only 12% buy because of better coverage, that's probably a true statement based on the survey, but it's true for the wrong reasons. It's not true because people have explained the coverages and they still decide not to buy because of coverage. It's because they're not having good conversations with agents, and we're going to be able to share some strategies on that and how to have those better conversations and get folks to shop with you and purchase in that 23% window. A new auto purchase was the reason to buy for 34% of the survey respondents. 21% shop for insurance because of life changes such as a move, new driver in the household, changes in jobs or relationship status, or receiving marketing message via ads, recommendations, email offers, flyers, brochures also prompted another 21% of respondents to shop. So there's a lot of opportunity that is being had here through using the Facebook platform, and then having a good solid follow-up process and a good 14-day sales conversation, having the good content that's being delivered, making sure that you're diligent in your follow-up, because you've created a shopping trigger. You're the only person that they have, and I think I want to point back to the 18-minute window from the time they hit submit on the form, that they are now in research mode, and the average person spends another 18 minutes doing research on auto insurance. So you've got 18 minutes to keep that customer either on the phone with you or indulged in your content before you lose them, because we know that 30% of them are going to buy in the first 24 hours. And then we know we've got 84% purchasing in the next 14 days. So it's absolutely critical. And that's really what we're going to help you with in this Insurance Sales Accelerators. We're going to give you that process so that you can really increase your conversion rate. And if you're struggling to get the leads in the first place, we can help you with that as well. So let's look at the 4 buyer types. We've got millennials, which is 33% of the audience. The one thing that I'll point out here is that millennials are the most powerful consumer group walking planet Earth today. There's more money in the millennial generation than anywhere else. They have more purchasing power. They're buying homes. They're getting married. This is the absolute epicenter of all consumer activity, not just in the insurance world, but in general. So this is a very, very dynamic bunch. This group has really shifted the principles that really govern purchasing behavior and effective advertising, because of social media, because of this high-tech group of consumers who now have an enormous amount of capital to spend, and the shifts in what they're finding important, things of like, value-driven consumers, experience. And so you've got a really dynamic bunch here that you really have to spend a lot of time dissecting this group. They're really split evenly between Facebook and platforms such as Instagram and Snapchat, but we've got a really big group also in the new Facebook user group of the baby boomers, who are just now getting onto Facebook and finding apps like Facebook and LinkedIn as being a place to spend more time. Heavy research is using touch points, including provider sites, search engines, and advice from their friends and within their network. They've demonstrated higher ad recall than other groups, particularly for TV commercials. They're more likely to be motivated by price. 24% purchased insurance online using a smartphone. The important triggers in this group are events such as purchasing a car or a move. Guys, we've also got strategies to help you understand how to get referrals from your car dealerships. This is the 3rd or 4th time within this single presentation that they have talked about auto purchases, vehicle purchases being a primary consideration and driving force in switching auto insurance companies. So you have to be able to understand that. And there's also some great targeting inside of Facebook to really find these people who are shopping for auto insurance, but your best source of car referral and car dealership leads are going to be from dealerships with your finance managers and your top sales professionals. And we've got an entire process inside of our VIP program teaching you guys exactly how to do that, how to approach them, how to bring value, how to generate car buyer leads, and how you can capitalize that within your agency. The millennial opportunity to drive social interactions among millennials and their peers. As the group actively seeks out options when buying, marketers should consider using Facebook Messenger bots to effectively automate responses to inquiries. Bots are particularly effective industry focused on higher consideration products such as auto insurance, for example, to improve the customer interaction with great success. Now, I'm going to jump in and say my experience does not show that bots are a great way to communicate. I think that it is certainly an efficient way to communicate, but a millennial can very easily spot out a messenger bot, and are oftentimes, in my experience, I've found, as it relates to a professional service, they are turned off by that fact. In fact, 7 out of 10 consumers in another Facebook report cited that having social interaction and having connectivity to an agent on social media was important to them, and I think that a bot would turn them off. Unless you can find a good bot system and you know what you're doing with it, it can very easily work in an adverse manner for you. 74% of consumers' questions were answered in 2 minutes or less. There's 157,000 interactions in the last 90 days between bots and consumers. 87% of users rated the support good or great. So there's your millennials. Now this is the one that I think is a really good opportunity. It's the loyalist, and this is really where we're looking for and where we're finding our top clients. And this loyalist group is 55% of the respondents fall into this loyalist category. They're higher income and credit scores. They're less research focused. They're less likely to consider providers after noticing an ad. They care about customer service. 29% have purchased online via computer, and their triggers have been renewals followed by an auto purchase. So you're saying, well, why is this the best group? If they're less likely to do research, they're less likely to consider providers after noticing an ad, and they care about customer service. Well, because we've got 75% of them either through an auto renewal or a purchase, an auto purchase, are going to shop, but not at all because of price. If you notice, price is not here. In fact, they do less research because these are going to be people who are probably more familiar with the insurance process. They're more familiar with company names. So those of you that are in the captive world or that represent strong company names, you're going to have really good success with these folks. You're also going to be able to win them over with the customer experience, your expertise, and the amount of customer service that you're able to deliver during that transaction, and the customer service that you're able to portray during that sales process, explaining the value of doing business with your agency. That's what they really care about. These are the folks that you really want to insure. This, however, is going to require that you do more and provide a better value than an online experience, because not many of them purchase insurance online. Now, it doesn't say that they don't shop online. It just says that they don't purchase online. So they're going to purchase from an agent. 71% of them are going to actually purchase from an agent. So that's why I like this group for our clients and the members that we're working with in our mastermind group. The switchers, these are 37% of respondents motivated to shop by price above all else. They use many different touch points. Research shows 7.2 compared to 5.4 for loyalists. Less likely to have a provider in mind than a loyalist. So these are the folks that are just jumping around. However, because it is such a good group, it's a group that you can't rule out as just saying, I don't want this person. The reason I think that you have so many switchers is, again, because we're not having good, solid conversations. We're not delivering value. You're not delivering a good customer service experience. You're not delivering anything other than what an online experience can offer them, other than a single point of contact. So I think if you slow these conversations down with the switchers, you'll be able to create a loyalist out of a switcher. And then you've got the heavy mobile users. 39% of the respondents tend to be younger. They tend to have lower income and lower credit scores. 44% switched providers. Active researchers, 100% used a mobile device to shop and do research. 52% sought out information from an agent. That's really good with this group, is that although they're starting 100% online, 52% of them also sought information directly from an agent. That's where they're going to, you've got a good shot with these folks. If you do have some sort of probably a subpar option for them, they may not be able to fall into your A-rated carriers, but if you have a subprime market that you can put these folks in, these are going to be a good bunch for that group of people. They clearly know how to use mobile to maximize research and purchasing decision. They strive to deliver, you should strive to deliver a fast and seamless mobile experience. So this is where Facebook ads are going to come really heavy into play, having an optimized experience through your email marketing, understanding that these are mobile users and that your experience looks good and feels good ergonomically through that process using the smartphone. All right, so part 4 is we're going to go over the buy-in from the buyer. So what is it actually going to take to get them to close the business? So some of the best insights come directly from the people who already know and love your brand. You need to actively listen to customers and feedback. One of the strategies that I always tell my members to do when they first come into our program, and I will challenge you to do this, is to actually go out onto your Facebook page, do a video, and I want you to ask people what they're looking for in an insurance provider. Ask them why they switched or why they do business where they do. You'd be surprised. People like to talk about themselves. They like to give you their opinion. Everybody's got 2 cents and they'll quickly give it to you if you ask them for it. So ask them, tell them that you're excited about this year. Hey, it's Sean with Liberty Mutual, and I'm really excited. I crushed it in 2018. I'm looking to do better in 2019. I'm curious as to how you chose your provider and why you chose the provider that you're with. Who are you currently insured with, and what do you like about them? What is the service that you like about whoever it is that you're insured with? I would like to implement some of the feedback that you guys had into my agency. I'm curious as to what works good for you guys. What is it that drives you to the company or to stay with the company that you're with? And people will give you feedback on that. Some people may even realize, you know what, Sean's my friend. I'm not insured with Sean, and you know what, Sean, I should reach out to you and let you be my agent. That happens a lot with those. In fact, one of our clients about 1.5 years ago did that very thing and wrote 7 policies from that video. So respondents also shared ways insurance providers could simplify the experience of shopping for buying auto insurance, including easy to find discounts and customer reviews, streamlined quote process with fewer emails and calls with multiple companies. So have a streamlined process, have your customer reviews, have testimonials in that advertising experience, in that first initial contact. Let them see that coming through the door. Let them see the testimonials. Let them see the social proof that you're able to help people, that you provide value, that people enjoy working with you, that other business owners refer their clients to you. All of this social proof adds into the buy-in of that prospect, and so it really solidifies that and validates your agency as being the provider that they need to choose. The average surveyed respondent obtained quotes from 2.2 providers. It's crucial that auto insurance marketers streamline this process to increase their chances of winning the customer's business. So even though you're generating a lead from Facebook and it's an exclusive lead to you, I think that you're seeing that they're still shopping with 2.2 people because, like I said in the first video of this series, too many agents are simply collecting customer information and then trying to move into a sale. There is no information provided after. There is no landing page. There is no website. They're doing nothing but calling repeatedly, trying to close business. And you have to understand that people are on Facebook to get information. So you have an opportunity to provide the information, educate them, move them through the buying funnel, and ultimately get them to purchase from you. But if all you're doing is pounding away trying to sell without providing any value or without giving any follow-up information, you're probably going to lose that deal to that other 1.2 providers that they're shopping with. So social can play a key role in both promoting real-time discounts and achieving customer reviews. You need to ensure that someone responding to customer reviews in a timely fashion. While it might be scary to enable customers and prospects to vent on your channel, failing to provide so is even worse. So you need to make sure that you leave that reviews bar open on your website. If you do get some bad reviews, it's okay, respond to it professionally. People like to see that you actually have some negative reviews. Research shows that if people go to a page and it's chock full of 5-star reviews, they think that they're fake. It's just friends and families, and you lose the validity that normally comes with real social reviews. So you want to make sure that you have at least one in the last 7 to 14 days. So you want to make sure that you're constantly getting new feedback, and you want to have there's good timing between your feedback. You don't want to have a bunch of feedback and 5-star reviews in a 1 or 2 week period and then nothing, because it looks like you drove that and that they don't look authentic. You need to make sure that you have a good solid response rate of at least 90% or better to your Facebook messages, and you need to make sure that you have a response time in under 15 minutes of any Facebook message. So you need to respond quickly. You need to make sure that you have a strong marketing funnel in place. You need to make sure that your targeting is on point. Understand your buyers. There's a lot of information in here, guys. There's a lot of ground covered, And I'd like to invite you into a conversation with us to take a look at your marketing. We'd like to do a free marketing review with you. Like I said, if you've done some business on social media, or you've tried to do some business on social media and it hasn't panned out for you, if you've hired a company and they didn't pan out for you, it didn't work out, they didn't get you leads, you didn't have the great experience that you hoped you would have, I would like to take a look at that and see what went wrong, because I wholeheartedly believe that Facebook is the single best platform right now for insurance leads and for insurance agents to be marketing. You get the biggest bang for your buck. It is a very competitive place though, and if you're not able to get good quality leads, there's a missing link somewhere, and I would like to take a look at that. If you'll just click on the link here below the video, or reach out to us on Facebook at Agency Alliance Mastermind. Give us a call. You can call us in at 888-400-9064, and we'd love to have an opportunity to set a time with you. Just take a look at your campaigns, see what's going on, see if it's the ad copy, see if it's the landing page, or maybe you've never done any of this and you say, hey, this sounds great, I don't know the first place to start. Just click the link, let's have a conversation, and we'll be able to get you started in the right direction.